Dagenham Out East, overground to Barking, a couple of stops to the District Line, to Becontree, and here to Parsloes Park in the London Borough of Barking and Dagenham. Somewhere I've never been to this park before, so I really saw it there staring out at me from the map, and I thought, I've got to take a look at that. And then I'm going to head on somewhere else. Got a vague idea where, but let's see. First impressions of Parsloes Park is that it really does retain characteristics of the parkland it would have been when it was part of a medieval estate. You know, there's massive horse chestnut trees over there. So Parsloes Park is a kind of a companion to Maysbrook Park, which is really close by. I went out there autumn 2015, a couple of years ago. There's a video on my channel, and they share obviously a purpose in that they were constructed as part of the grand Becontree Estate, a really kind of utopian interwar housing scheme, a massive kind of achievement in social housing. When it was built, it was planned as the biggest social housing scheme in the world. And it's massive, isn't it, this park? Absolutely huge. Look at the size of it. So I think this is the wildlife reserve area they call Parsloes Park Squats. It's amazing when you come somewhere like this, is it makes you realise how little you really know London. You know, if you look on this YouTube channel, there must be, I don't know, over 100 videos of me wandering around London, and then there's the 10 walks in my book, This Other London. Each of those are at least 10 miles in length, and I barely scratched the surface. In fact, I've barely scratched the surface of East London. You know, it's an amazing city, and this is why I'm endlessly fascinated by it, and why I just keep wandering around. You know, I don't think you could ever really truly say you've seen all of London. I don't know what it would take. The obligatory abandoned basketball court. I'm guessing this is the ruins of a bowls club. It looks broadly like what could have been a bowls green once upon a time. Now overgrown. Now almost the opposite of a bowls green. Something really mysterious about an abandoned pavilion. Something about this block here that makes me think of John Smith's wonderful film, The Black Tower. So I wonder what happened on the 18th of August 1989. I'll have to look that up. Wish you were here. So I'm just going to head off now to another park nearby, Valence Park. And there's a museum there we might have a look at as well. So this is part of the Becontree Estate, a grand social housing scheme instigated by the London County Council in the interwar years. Something like 25,000 homes for 100,000 people. Fantastic achievement. It does make you wonder what kind of legacy Sadiq Khan, Boris Johnson and Ken Livingstone are going to leave. A London populated with empty luxury apartment blocks. The main drag at Becontree, here on I think it's Wood Lane. A bit peckish, so I need to get something to eat before I go to Valence Park. I mean, there's a good array of choices of food here. There's a yummy peri chicken place. I mean, it's called yummy, or as yummy in the window. Big breakfast cafe that also serves pie and mash. But I think I'd have to sit down, so I think I'm going to go for some chips. Couldn't resist a box of chips. Valence United FC. I really like the way they've added an extra story to their clubhouse with a shipping container. It's like, kind of like a grandstand view, like a BBC commentary box. It's the Valence House, just behind that big tree there. And again, this is the site of a medieval manor. I don't think that house is medieval. I think that house is probably Victorian, but it is on the site of the original medieval manor house. And now it hosts a museum, so I think we should go and have a look. So I suppose this must be part of the moat that was around the old medieval manor house here in Valence Park. And it would appear that the moat has successfully repelled a shopping trolley-borne invasion. Some kind of weird 21st century chariot became a cropper in the moat at Valence House. The iconic Ford Capri. Of course, Dagenham is most famous as being the home of the Ford Car Works. Now, I don't really like cars, but there is something about the Ford Capri that excites even me. This is a really beautiful, peaceful, quiet spot here. And the first thing you see in Valence House is the magnificent Dagenham Idol. This is one of the most precious archaeological discoveries made in Greater London. It was found on Dagenham marshes and dates to the late Neolithic, around 2250 BC. So it's over 4,000 years old. The information board down there says it was found next to a skeleton of a deer. So it may have been buried there as a kind of votive offering to increase the fertility of the land. Wow, fantastic sculpture. A member of the Trinovantes tribe battling an invading Roman soldier. Various members of the Fanshawe family who lived here. This one dates from 1590. It's the kind of face you can imagine walking around here now, isn't it?